Have you ever sent out cold emails only to get a response back from a potential new client that says, oh, well, we do all of that already? I have many times. And in this video, what I'm going to do is show you exactly how you can convert skeptical business owners like this into paying clients with ease. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video, because if you do, you're going to learn exactly what you need to say whenever you get a response like this. Okay, so we're going to jump into our mirror board here, and I'm just going to draw out this process for you. Okay, so it all starts here. Okay, and what it starts with is a cold email. Okay, so if you have an agency right now, or maybe you've just launched a new agency offer and you don't have an online presence, or you don't have a advertising spend budget where you can, put ads out to generate leads, you're going to have to go and get clients through some sort of cold outreach method. Okay, and typically the core of your cold outreach is going to be built around cold email. Okay, and this has been true for me, over the last 5-6 years of running the agency. So you're going to start with a cold email, and the goal of cold email is to not pitch, it's not to sell, it's to get engagement. Okay, so this is something that a lot of beginners kind of fail to realize, and what happens is they then send out cold emails with a huge pitch telling this potential brand or business owner that they want to turn into a client how amazing they are as an agency and all of their case studies, and we just do this, and we're going to help you within Y time frame, and we're going to help you achieve X, and you should work with us, book a call. And they wonder why nobody books a call with them. Okay, and the reason for that is that most beginners think that they have to pitch a business in the first piece of correspondence, communication, in order to actually turn them into a client. All right. But the first goal is not to pitch or sell, it's to get engagement. Now, when it comes to cold outreach, there is 4 types of engagement that you're really going to get back, okay? Now, the first is positive, okay? Positive. The second is negative. Negative. The third is neutral. Then one more. The fourth is no response, okay? Now, you might look at these 4 pools, these 4 categories of response, and think, okay, well, I need positive responses. And you might be right in thinking that, okay? So the best leads you're going to get from cold outreach are from brands that reply positively. Yep, love the sound of what you're going to do, love your offer, would love to book a call, okay? That's obviously the North Star here. But you mustn't overlook the utility of a negative or a neutral response too, okay? So every brand that you or company that you do outreach to, they're going to be at a different stage of their business genesis, business growth. And that's going to dictate the type of response that you get back. And also, if you're contacting and you've actually gotten through to the decision maker, there's going to be 1,000,001 things that they are focusing on that day. You're going to basically send a cold email. It's going to ping in their inbox, hopefully, if your deliverability is on point. It's going to be somewhat jarring from their day-to-day activities, and depending on the volume of cold emails they're getting, they're going to respond to you as such. Okay. So when it comes to negative and neutral replies, it is your job as the agency owner to be creative and come back to the potential client with a solution that works for them when it comes to booking a call, okay? So when it comes to outreach, the worst type of response is no response. Neutral, negative, and positive almost hold equal merit, okay? So remember, the goal is engagement. A negative reply is better than no reply. Now, the issue here is that it's your job to consultatively go back to the client and actually figure out what it is they are doing. So what the client might say to you is, we don't need your services because we do it all. We do it all already. We do it all already. Now, whether that's email marketing or Facebook ads or whatever your service is, they might be right. They might be running Facebook ads. They might have some email flows set up. They might be doing email blasts or whatever they want to call it. Sending campaigns out. It's true, they might be doing something, or equally, if they're not doing something now, they might have been doing something in the past. But it's your job to actually go on a fact-finding mission to find out exactly what they are doing. And what you don't want to do is, when you get a negative response like this, is to accept it. Okay. Now, there's this kind of theory in sales, which isn't 100% true, but it's that the prospect always lies. And the reason that the prospect lies comes down oftentimes to a psychological principle called cognitive dissonance. Now, the problem with cognitive dissonance, and what cognitive dissonance basically is when an individual will feel a certain level of psychological discomfort because they hold 2 opposing beliefs. Okay, so they kind of believe 2 separate things that do not go together, and as a result of that, it causes them discomfort. You see that with people in abusive relationships. They love the person, but also the person abuses them, and they hate them, and it causes a lot of psychological and emotional pain. And ultimately, your clients that you're reaching out to have a lot of cognitive dissonance, especially when it comes to having control over what they are doing with their brand. So if we take a brand in the email marketing space, the decision maker here, actually 9 times out of 10, the brand owner or the co-founder, won't actually know 100% with 100% certainty and clarity what they are actually doing. Okay, so if they are running ads, they might know, well, I'm spending 50 grand a month and we're running ads, but they actually won't know day to day unless they're running the ads themselves, which they probably won't be, depending on the size of the brand that you're reaching out to. They won't actually know what they are doing. And it's the same for email. Okay, so it just goes back to the point I was saying, we're doing it already. It oftentimes will be a lie. It will be a mistruth. Okay, they might be doing something, but they won't be doing everything. All right. Now, when it comes to managing clients like this and managing these responses, it's up to you as the agency owner to nurture and hold their hand through this process to help them overcome this cognitive dissonance. Now, what the brand won't appreciate and what they won't do is solely changing their beliefs off of you coming back to them in a defensive or a reactive way. So if you say to them, you're not doing everything, all they're going to be is defiant and come back to you psychologically with, who the hell is this guy? I'm not going to listen to him. I know more about my company than he does. Who is he? I'm not going to work with him. All right. So it's up to you to get to a stage where you can basically say to the brand owner, you're right. Okay. So in any case, agree with them. You have to say, yes, you are right. You are doing a lot of stuff. You're doing this, you're doing that. You're 100% right. But also there are a couple of things that I notice you're not doing. Okay, so the answer is kind of a yes and no. And by introducing the no on the back end here, what you're kind of doing is helping them navigate this psychological discomfort. And you're not going to get their back up. You're not going to make them react negatively to you, suggesting the things that you could help with. All right, so this is going to help reduce that cognitive dissonance. Now, what this comes down to, again, is another principle in sales, where it's your job to agree with the prospect. Okay, so what you don't want to do is get combative or reactive. You have to agree with them, okay? They know their brand more than you do. That's fair to say for both of you, okay? So agree with them. Say to them, you're 100% right. I totally agree. You're doing everything. You're doing more than everything. You're managing stock. You're dealing with suppliers. You're running ads. You're doing email. You're responsible for all of that, But one thing I'd like to do is actually apply my technical expertise to identifying if there's any gaps in what you are doing, and not least over the short term, the last few weeks. Would that be fair to you? Now, where I'm going with this is in the case of email marketing, and it's the same with other service delivery vehicles that you subscribe to or deliver for your clients. You have to get black and white evidence and proof. Okay. Now, when it comes to email marketing, we do this by getting access to their ESP. So 9 times out of 10, we're going to get access to their Klaviyo account. By getting access to their Klaviyo account, we're going to be able to conduct an audit. We're going to be able to see exactly how truthful the decision maker is actually being. And we find as an agency over the last 5 to 6 years that we will get responses from brand owners who they reply in that way because they get hammered by, every teenager in his mum's basement spam DMing, through Instagram and cold email. And the reason they reply like that is because they don't trust marketing agencies. But the minute you actually get access to their account, you then start to see, well, they're doing campaigns, but they're not doing flows. Or, yes, they've got their foundational flows, but they don't have any advanced flows. Or, they've got a dedicated sending domain, but they don't have any, engaged segments. All right. There's always going to be a gap in what they're doing where you can improve it, no matter how big or small the client brand is. So you have to see it with your own eyes. And when it comes to email marketing, all you need to do is make it a very simple, low impact and low risk process for the client. Okay, so what a lot of beginners don't understand is that offering a free audit for a brand is not free for them. It's not in the online sales and marketing space. Everybody's fixated on this concept of value. But as a marketer, you always sit there and lead with value first, thinking, well, this is my idea of what is valuable. I'm going to have to go away and create an audit for them. That's valuable. But you have to put yourself in the shoes of the client, okay? And what they're going to have to do for you is give you access. They're going to have to give you time. They're going to have to give you their focus. In some cases, they're going to have to give you, money in order to set you up with the access you need. So already in this relationship, the client has given you 3, 4, 5 key things without you actually delivering for them. All right, so it's an important nuance to understand here that the free audit isn't necessarily free. And the reason that's important is because you need to approach it in a sensitive way. Okay, and the way that you can overcome this kind of hurdle is by making it super quick, simple, going off the rails here, simple and easy, okay? And what this really comes down to is eradicating risk for the client. So you basically want to say to the client, look, in Klaviyo, all we're going to do is get analyst access to your account. We're not going to be able to change any of the billing settings. We're not going to be able to spend any money. We're not going to be able to edit or delete anything. All this is going to do is give us a top level bird's eye view of what you're doing. And then from there, what I'm going to do is basically use my technical expertise. I'm going to apply it to your account, and I'm just going to come back to you with the things that I find. If I don't find anything, I'll just tell you and you're doing a great job. But if I do find things, I'm going to give it to you for free. You can give it to your in-house marketing team. You can do it yourself. Or if you'd like to discuss, how we might be able to help you with it, then I'd be more than happy to speak with you on another call about it. All right. And then book the call. So what it comes down to, guys, is about proof and evidence and seeing things in black and white, okay, and not accepting no as an answer. And again, if you're a new agency owner, you need to have this approach with every element of your business, okay? So the obsession is to scale and to automate and to systemize and, follow SOPs and hire. But fundamentally, you need to apply this same kind of principle of thinking across all areas of the business. And that's what really is going to separate you success-wise from all the other agency owners in this commoditized agency space, okay? So just go that extra mile and follow a strategy like this, because I promise you, if you respond to a client in a way that's defensive or judgmental, or you take it personally, or you think they're stupid, or you reply with any sort of passive aggressiveness, then all they're simply going to do to you is not reply, which is the worst case scenario for you when it comes to cold outreach, or they're going to reply negatively and they're not going to work with you as a client, okay? So remember, clients are your friends, okay? They're people that you want to work with that are going to get mutual value from you. There's going to be a mutual value exchange. But it's your job to do the legwork. It's your job to think critically and come to the client with a creative solution that works for them, okay? So you have to put your ego aside. You have to follow a strategy like this. And whenever you get responses like this, positive, negative, neutral, and no response, this is what you need to do. Reply back immediately. Be positive. Don't be defensive. Don't be reactive. Book them on a 3-minute call to set up access to their account, their ESP, or whatever service you provide, whatever platform you're using. Audit, give them the audit for free, and then book them on a further sales call. All right, so just remember, guys, apply your mindset in this way. This is exactly what we do as an agency. Even to today, we expect people to reply negatively. It doesn't have any bearing on us. It doesn't, it doesn't offend me. It doesn't offend us. It's just part of the process, okay? And if you like this video, and again, you got value from this super strategic, action-based kind of input that I'm giving you, obviously nobody else online is giving kind of actionable agency insights when it comes to email marketing like this. So I'd really appreciate it if you click the subscribe button, drop a comment below if you've got any questions, and I will catch you in the next one. All right, cheers.